Hello and welcome to Millionaire CSI8 Certification. This is a 21-part video. Today is the first part. It's the introduction and the selection of a CSI champion. We're going to be defining CSI over the next several days instead of trying to put some definition to it at this moment. But the key thing is today you're going to find out that you need to find one person in your facility that you believe is qualified, trained, and has the passion to become the trainer of everything you're about to learn in order to use CSI to grow your operations effectively and to grow your revenue. Okay, so if you're new to CSI and maybe new to Millionaire, the list below will not make sense to you, but it will over time. So I just want to provide a list to those that are taking this course that have been in Millionaire for a long period of time and that may have been using CSI for some period of time. For those people, this list will be somewhat familiar. For the rest of you, just know that these are the 8 components we're going to be learning. It's going to take us several days to learn each component. And we're going to put these processes in place in our operation in the place where it best fits in our operation. And we're going to find the results of putting these things in place, the reporting improvements, the measurements improvements, the process improvements. We're going to go through that over the next several days. Okay, so let's look at CSI's opening screen. The intent of training today is to give you a little bit of an idea of what training will be like for your CSI champion. We're going to cover a few items on CSI, but the important point is to understand that everything you see this video doing, it might be showed to the new employee, but because the CSI training is mostly for management, it's more likely that the manager of the department will learn CSI and learn CSI8, and instead of the employee being required to go through these videos, that manager would train her employees or his employees on the details of how CSI functions at that facility. So this is the opening screen, and we will continue. CSI provides several methods of navigation. To the left, color-coded in blue, is what I call the slide bar. You have several slides: operations, FBO sales, user options, SharePoint, admin. These are the slides. When you hit the slide, a whole new set of icons shows up showing the various CSI modules contained in that slide. Across the top in red with the red outline is what I call the icon bar, which provides some general information about CSI, such as your current local time and the Zulu time. And it also shows the most commonly used modules, a shortcut with the same exact icon as you see in the slide bar, a shortcut to these modules. Above the icon bar is the menu bar. And so these modules can also be accessed, and other features are available in the menu bar. Another key navigation feature for CSI is the default site location. The default site location is set up when your account for CSI is set up, and when you log in, it defaults to this site. And so it is the top level filtering for all data. So when you open different modules, by default, it opens with the data for this site, your default site. Here is an example of how the default site works. I've opened ILAS, which is our flight tracking tool, and when it opens up, here's the default ILAS screen, and it's showing you by default all the arrivals coming into Tallahassee, which is my default site. It selects Tallahassee's airport on this screen and shows me the arrivals into that airport. That's how the default site functions. Okay, so that's all for day number 1. Select your CSI champion, and let's go to day number 2.